All right, people. So our first review of the day is going to be for Gen V season 2. Of course, this is the second season of the Boys spinoff series, Gen V. There, and we reviewed the first season of this. People can check it out on YouTube.com. Just type that in, Gen V. There, the afternoon tune, and yeah, you'll be able to kind of find it there. We did a whole review of that, and I like Gen V. I like the first season. I know they're going to be doing some more the Boys spinoff. Say, hey, D Nice, how's it going there, man? I know they're planning on a prequel show with like Jason Eccles and all those people there. They're doing that. And they're doing some more stuff there in the Boys universe. And I know they had that animated anthology show called Diabolical there, which we liked. It's just like, how much of this Boys stuff are we gonna kind of see before we get tired of it? And I know they're doing the final season of The Boys, which is coming out next year. And that'll supposed to be season 5, coming out next year. So yeah, but how much of this can we take until we finally go like, okay, it becomes like Marvel, where we're tired of seeing this universe. But for at the moment, look, things are looking up here. So in this season 2, we're dealing with the aftermath of the events of season 1, and we're going to spoil season 1 in case you have not seen it. And we're going to talk about the first 4 episodes of this season. So we're going to get into some spoilers here. So if you have not seen the series at all, or if you have not seen season 2, click off this and watch that and then come back. So some of the events that happened after the first season, a lot of the crew got arrested for trying to expose Vought and what Vought was doing. Of course, like anything Vought has their hands in, they're incredibly corrupt. They're incredibly dangerous and doing criminal activities. And they were trying to expose that of what they were doing in this school. This school that they go to, which has been renamed, hasn't it, to God U there? Or was it always called God U? I think it wasn't.
It's short for Godolphin University.
Oh, okay, Godolphin University. Yeah. Okay, gotcha.
But for short, God U.
Okay, gotcha. So yeah, so they were trying to expose a lot of that, and in their efforts of trying to expose it, they were kind of put into an prison camp. But this season follows up with them kind of being released because they are now being used as propaganda tools to say like, hey, we think it'd be good image for you to come out there and then kind of endorse Vought and say that you were falsely in prison, everything like that. And then specifically, they're trying to blame it. A lot of the Soup characters are trying to blame it on the humans. And if you follow the events, a lot of this directly ties into what's been going on in The Boys. There's a big civil war going on between Soups and humans right now. And the Soups are basically taking over. It's basically, you know what I mean? And they've kind of taken over government, every facet of that. And it's a big thing right going on. So yeah, so they release them. The season begins with Marie, who is played by Jazz Sinclair there. She's been on the run for a minute there. Of course, they're trying to get her as well, but she eventually even comes back under the advice from Starlight, who makes an appearance here, who also is on the run. She's one of the few Boys characters that actually made it out there. So yeah, she's trying to advise her to, hey, we need you to kind of infiltrate the school, find out what Project Odessa is. That's the big mystery of this season, trying to figure out what that is. And then also there's a new dean on campus there, Batman himself, Hamish Linklater there, who plays Dean Cypher. His ass got a Matrix name, Dean Cypher there. And he's the new dean of school. They're trying to figure out what his deal is, what his motivation is, even if he's a Soup or not a Soup. And if he is a Soup, what is his powers and everything. So it's a big mystery surrounding that character. He's always one step ahead of them. Every time they think they got him, he's already 2 steps ahead of them and already ready there. But Chris, what are your thoughts here on this season 2?
Yeah, so far I am really enjoying it. It takes place. So season 1 took place after season 3 of The Boys, and then this takes place after season 4 of The Boys. And there's supporters of Homelander who are the racist, they're white men mostly, and then the Starlight supporters who are the marginalized, disenfranchised people of color. Yeah, where season 2 picks up, it's difficult because they lost Chance Perdomo, who played Andre, who was a main character. So the way they had to work around that, I think they did a good job of honoring him. I still love Marie Moreau. Her power still gross me out. The way she has to cut herself and then makes a whip out of blood, and the way when she's done with it, it splatters on the floor. I'm like, that's blood. That's that's so gnarly. But I will say for me, my MVP this season so far is Emma Meyer, Little Cricket. Which everything she has to say about Andre and how even though her powers, because this is a coming of age kind of thing, they're in college, a lot of their powers, are analogies for things that young folk go through, whether it's self-harm or an eating disorder, bulimia, binge eating. So and they actually address it in season 2. And I think Marie has to learn how to use her powers without cutting herself, and that's going to be interesting for her to do. And Little Cricket is going to have to learn how to grow and shrink without stuffing her face to grow and purging to shrink, or self-hating to shrink. Those are interesting things they got to overcome. I love Jordan. This character isn't trans. The character is the way the character is written is kind of an allegory for trans, but in the show the character says I'm not trans, I'm bi-gender. I have a male form, a masculine form, and I have a woman, feminine form. So, and I still love that character, but for me so far, I feel like Emma Meyer, Little Cricket, is the glue. And, Dean Cypher is a major mystery because, I mean, how much are we talking about these episodes? Are you talking about details?
Yeah.
According to Marie, she checked him out. There's no compound V in his bloodstream. So how is he can't be a soup, right? But then he's stabbing himself with the knife and he's okay. So that's a really big mystery. If there's no compound V in his bloodstream, how is he able to do that? So that's a big question they have to answer. And they did already answer the question of Project Odessa a little bit. Their goal, because in the beginning of the season we meet Godolkin. He plays he was in Wicked. He dated Ariana Grande. People said
that was SpongeBob. That was that dude.
That's SpongeBob.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's playing. He played Godolkin, and Project Odessa was they're trying to breed a new generation, a new era of soups who are a bit more. What was it? Was it controllable? A bit more obedient? Like superior, but still able to be controlled. Kind of in Blade Runner 2049, the latest model, Nexus 9s or Nexus Dawn, they're like the new improved model, but they're designed to obey. So far I'm really enjoying season 2, and I think the way they're honoring Andre is and Chance is really great. Sorry, I kind of rambled there.
Oh, sorry. And you brought up a good point about the actor who played Andre there. He passed away pretty young there. He in a motorcycle accident, I think it was. So they pay a lot of attention to that in this season and the impact that he had on these characters in the season there. So his death has played a pivotal part in that. So I think that's pretty good there. Due to his death there, they've kind of worked in, seems like, more his father in the show, who's played by Sean Patrick Thomas there, who's Polarity there. And it makes me think, we've never actually heard his real name, right? He only goes by, it seems like his soup name, because I don't even know. Yeah, they just call him Polarity there. But yeah, Sean Patrick Thomas there. So he has a whole plot where he kind of comes. He's a new professor or somebody, not a professor. Oh yeah, because he does teach.
Yeah,
but he's
new tenured professor at GodU. He's gonna teach them how to use how to manage their money as a soup celebrity.
Yeah, like marketing. He's going to teach about
Marketing. Yeah, that's right. Managing money, marketing is that's what it was.
Yeah, so he's doing that, and he's trying to figure out like exactly what happened to his son and get all the details of that. So he's trying to also infiltrate there, and he's working with the characters that we see of Emma, and then also the other them. So Jordan and them and Marie. So that he's working with them kind of in a way to help kind of figure things out. But this season, the way the kind of things are developing, like you mentioned, we talked about it also when we first reviewed the first season about how the characters, their powers are kind of relative to issues that most teenagers, young adults kind of face there, and we talked a little bit about that. And then also it seems like this season we're going to get into more of them controlling their powers and how they really use it. And with Dean, it's like Dean Cypher trying to understand what his motivation is. It seems like he's got a particular interest in Marie and helping her, and then helping her unlock her full potential there. She was a part of Project Odessa. She was one of the people there, and she seems to be the only survivor from that. So, but why is that? Then we get a little bit more backstory with that. Then you also have the characters who kind of were always like, they kind of turned evil towards the end of Gen V there. We had Kate there, and we also had what's that character's name there? The other guy. Was it Henry or Sam?
Is it Sam?
I think it's maybe Sam. I think I'm trying to remember exactly what his name is. Yeah, Sam. Yeah, Sam. And then and Kate. I mean, they, by the end of it seems like this series, she's gonna be RoboCop. There's gonna be all types of issues and things wrong with her.
She's been through it.
In this, she got her head cracked open and all that, and then she lost her arm in the first season. It's like, I don't know.
And now her powers don't work properly.
Yeah, so her powers all messed up. Yeah.
She touches you. She says, "Forget we were here. You're off duty. Go home." Okay. Takes off pants. Starts humping the garden gnome. That's not what I said to do. Not what I said. Damn, my powers are not working. I still can do commands, but they're not going to do what I asked them to do. So it's a risky gamble right now for her to use her powers, because she'll be like, "Hey, tie your shoes." Like together, so that you can't follow us, and they'll go okay, and they'll run into like traffic. You know what I mean? Like that didn't happen, but like that's just an example of what could happen as right now, because the powers aren't working. And Sam is still having those illusions where he's in that puppet world, because that's like a comfort show for him and his brother when they were younger. So
his safe base.
It's a safe place. Yeah, exactly. That's where he goes mentally.
Yeah, because he can't deal with all what's kind of going on, and then he really utilizes to lean on the Kate character to help him erase his memory. Yeah,
like when she's keeping him like sedated.
Yeah,
like don't worry, nothing matters. It's fine. Forget everything. Okay, and then he's like in a daze, like he's been like he's been sedated, like he's on a drug. Like he's like eyes are low, and you know. What Andre? What like what Andre? You know, it's a lot of that.
Yeah, so you kind of got that kind of happening with this season with those characters there, and it seems like Kate is, I mean, they don't want to do what they're doing, but they're just doing it for safety purposes there, to be protected away from Vought. They just don't know how to exactly figure out a way to fight against them. But it seems like a lot of the big things kind of, what is Project Odessa? What is Dean Cypher? What is his kind of motivation there? And I'm intrigued in it. I'm intrigued in the mystery they're doing there. I think Hamish Lakelander, he's a good actor. He has a lot of great moments here of how kind of cold and calculated he is. And again, like I said, he is just really always 2 steps ahead of them. So it's like, how are they going to be able to beat this guy, given how good he is? What did you think about some of the newer additions to the cast, like him and some other people?
Yeah. In what project did he voice Batman? I know he did, but
it was in Batman Cape Crusader, which also was on Amazon Prime.
I love Cape Crusader. That's the J.J. Abrams and Matt Reeves one, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that was great. Yeah, I love that series. His delivery is hilarious. The way he delivers a lot of his outrageous dialogue. It's like this character has a lot of Paul Thomas Anderson energy. Like he feels like a Paul Thomas Anderson character. That's the way what he has to say and how he says it is just always catches me off guard. He's because he's the it's a university. These are students, and he just says things that are just wildly inappropriate at times. But that's the show. Who else is new? The two girls who Emma inspire. They have the girl with the tail who can, if she touches you, she has your powers for like 60 seconds.
She was in season 1.
She was in season 1. How about Bushmaster?
Oh, Bushman. I don't think she will. I don't remember
think she's
her.
new, right?
Yeah.
It's Emma passing down the torch. She doesn't feel like much, but Andre told her you could be a hero. This guy with the powers of Magneto, with a great social media following, because in this universe that matters, because you're not a hero, you're a public figure, you're a celebrity, and which is why it's a big deal that right now Jordan is number 1 in the rating, in the public rating, or our social media following. But Little Cricket felt like she could make a difference and do the right thing, because this guy who's number 1 with amazing power told her she could, and now she's telling people with even less powers than her, kind of, that they can also be heroes. Because all they're doing is putting up resist Starlight posters on campus. That you're not doing anything.
Yeah,
you're not doing anything.
Getting that poor barista in
poor
trouble.
Human. Oh my goodness! And the human characters have to like check in. It's like Auschwitz. It's terrible. They gotta scan and like be labeled human before they like go on campus to work. I'm like, that's scary. It's like all the crazy soups who have Homelander's mentality can see you and like target you the way that the big boy did.
Yeah,
it's scary. It's a authoritative regime, man.
Yeah, I was kind of like, I mean, and she kind of explains like that's kind of just used to just spray painting the walls.
It's useless. You want to make a difference, Bushmaster?
Yeah, and she does help out. She does save the day, and when
we see her use her powers, she unzips and does the thing. I was like, hey yo, Bushmaster is crazy.
So she sometimes she's kind of useful there and doing those things.
Who else is new this season?
There's that character. I think she's new. The Justine, I think, right? She's new. That woman,
Justine.
Yeah, she's. I think the girlfriend of Sam or something, right? Is that what she is, or someone new on campus?
I think she was in the first season a little bit. Yeah, the popular. Yeah, she's like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, because I totally forgot how season 4 of The Boys ended with Homelander. He takes control, right? Like they succeed and they take it's Karen, right? Karen and Frenchie.
Yeah, they take all the boys except for Starlight.
Starlight gets away. They take Huey.
Yeah.
They get Huey, and they don't get
Carl Urban. Yeah, they don't get him. Yeah.
What's his name?
Butcher,
because he has that crazy thing inside of him now, which is Victoria Newman is honored on Godolkin as a fallen hero because she was a soup. I totally forgot about how season 4 ended and how that fully impacts season 2 with this war between the soups who have Homelander's mentality and the soups who don't, and the humans. So we'll see how this season ends and how it leads into season 5 of The Boys.
Yeah, and I know people were speculating. I think how much these characters will end up in season 5, and they were asking them that, which I think pretty much they are. I think a good amount of them are going to do that. Yeah. And then you see like the Starlighters. I mean the Resistance kind of front there. You see some people still, small group of people still out there stumping for Starlight and going there. You see Marie interact with one of those people, and then also the speculation about them, or the allegation rumors about them, is that they're pedos and they're murderers and things like that. So that's the propaganda out there.
The woke agenda, like it's so like on the nose with what they're referencing, and I can appreciate it. Somehow they're doing it better than Don't Look Up.
Mm, yeah,
That movie with DiCaprio a few
yeah, that
years
was
ago. It
Adam
was
McKay. Yeah,
yeah, it was very on the nose. I get it, but it could have been a bit more clever. You know what I mean? Um,
yeah,
but where the boys is, you know exactly what you're what you're getting into, the tone, the universe. It's comedic. It's intentionally. I mean, both are satirical, but the boys is like a different level of satire. It's like
yeah. I know some people complained about season 4. Some people said this was too on the nose with season 4, and I think some people thought the politics over kind of righted the actual substance of the show. Did you ever feel like that watching season 4 of The Boys? Or
so I didn't because that just felt consistent with the show. Since season one, whenever the show parodies or references something familiar in our world, they do it verbatim. You know, the seven is the Justice League. Um, uh, what happened in season two? Stormfront, is a straight up Nazi. You know, what if Storm was a Nazi? Was a white woman and and a Nazi. Season three, Soldier Boy. From the name to the aesthetic, he's a raunchy captain. You know, like it's whenever they do their thing, they do it verbatim. So when we get to season four, it made sense to me that oh, they're copying exactly what's happening, and yeah, to me it made sense. To me, it was totally consistent with what the show is.
yeah.
But
And
that's
then in the show, it continues on that. Doesn't seem like they're letting up with the spinoff season 2. Like they have the make soups great again and marketing thing. They have the Fox News check-in daily reports that we see in events there, like
yeah.
with that
What's it? Firecracker?
yeah, Firecracker.
Yeah, she's the one, the crazy fascist white right winger on her little platform talking about everything that's not true.
Yeah, she's reporting, all that stuff. So we get that with this. So yeah, so you still have all those very on the nose things this season. So it doesn't seem like they're letting up in regards to that. Goes there. But do you kind of like this? You're liking this season better than the first season, Gen V?
um, that's a good question. That's a good question. I feel like I can't say that yet. I feel like so far I do like season one a bit more, even though I will say I do like the growth. The fact that she's my favorite character this season, Little Cricket. I do like her growth as a character. I love Jordan's growth as a character. Um, yeah, I guess I'm still waiting for a bit more uh, uh, information, like
Hmm.
a bit more story.
Waiting
But
for them
so
to shoot it.
but I am definitely loving it. Since we are talking about it, didn't know that Marie was a virgin. Jordan was her first, and she just told Jordan, after, hey, I love you. She did that thing where, you know, you think you're in love with the first person you lose it to, because you think this is what love feels like. If the first time having sex is like, whoa, this is what love feels like. This means I love, like, and that's, sex is sex. It's not, it's not always love.
Hmm.
But even with that said, they are now together. Jordan and Marie, which I think is definitely worth mentioning for sure.
Mm, yeah. Yeah, they kiss right there. They embrace. Yeah, after telling love each
Oh,
other.
this is the what's to come in the rest of the season.
Yeah, you
So
see,
we
like,
so we have not seen Cypher yet stab his hand in an episode yet, but we know what's coming.
yeah.
That's
Uh,
just,
po-
why they show us that.
mm. You think it's spoiling too much there a little bit?
It is spoiling too much, because they told us, Marie said, "Oh, she when he's training her to move the blood bags without breaking the bags, control it, be a part of it. Put your hand down. It's not helping. Stop. That's performative. Just focus. Connect with every blood cell in that, and she does it. And then as she completes it, and he gets up in awe, she checks him out, looks at his veins, and there's no compound V in his bloodstream. She says that. So why would you tell us that? And then, oh, what's to come in this season? He's fine. Is that a prosthetic hand? If he's a human being, he should not be allowed to do that. Just saying.
In that scene when she's kind of checking for his blood, do you think he kind of takes control of her for a minute and then makes her explode the goat, or do you think that was just all her? You think?
I think that was all. That's a good question to answer it. I think it was just her.
Okay.
Because her first attempt to move the blood bags, she popped one of the bags. You know, it's so. And he's trying to get her to move blood without it being visible, like truly a bloodbender, like an Avatar: The Last Airbender. You know, they don't actually manipulate. You know, Katara doesn't have to do this to bloodbend. She just like puppets you. You know what I mean? And that's what he's trying to help her get to. Because if he can get her to that level, then there's rumors of her being the most powerful, even more powerful than Homelander. And a lot of people are going to be mad if this black woman ends up being more powerful. Than Homelander, blonde hair, blue eyed, you know, American flag cape Homelander. It's gonna be hilarious when it actually happens.
Yeah, and this power you just thought was, I mean, it's still gross, but I thought it was kind of lame. Just she can control blood. But when you look at what you said, like people are mostly blood, so there's a lot you can do with that.
Yeah.
I want to get your opinion on something, Jordan. So the times he kind of switches back and forth, do you think there's a meaning to that in Pacific Time? She does go back and forth. Like, you think there's certain? I'm sure there's a certain meaning for it. Of like times she chooses to be a woman, and then times she chooses to be a man. Like, what do you think the kind of certain meanings of sometimes in scenes?
Man, that's an amazing question. I didn't even think about it that way. I just thought that they were trying to give both actors equal screen time. So, but I didn't think about it being like a very decisive and intentional switch. That's a really good question. When they decide,
because there's a moment where she's speaking at the podium, and when she first goes up there, she's the male version of herself, giving the speech there because she's the number one suit there. And then in the midst of the speech, in the middle of it, she changes back to being a woman, and then
it gets a little reaction from the audience.
Yeah,
and then she's tells the truth.
Yeah.
So thinking maybe Jordan switches to the feminine form when they want to be vulnerable and honest, but when they want to be guarded and be there to comfort or be someone's rock, I guess maybe the masculine form. I don't know. That's something to look for going forward, actually, and maybe go back to season 1 and look at that. That's a good question.
Yeah, because I see your point with that. Because I think when there's a scene where Dean is trying to like test everybody's powers, he's like, "I want to help you grow. I want to help you become a stronger soup." And then he brings in this person who's gonna like attack them, and then do all that to help them, fight or flight reaction, like how you're gonna use your powers in this situation. And then I think in that moment when the dude's going after Marie, Jordan initially turns into a man first. And that could be because the power set of Jordan is different. I mean, the male version, he's like seems like just super strong and invulnerable.
He's super strength and invulnerability. Like he can take a knife, he can take a gunshot, he can take a hit. He's solid.
Yeah, like he even stood a little bit toe to toe with that Sam guy, who Sam is incredibly strong and incredibly.
When Sam goes off the rails, Jordan is probably the best person to go up against him because he can take whatever Sam can dish out. It just scares me when Jordan goes to the feminine form and all she has is a force push. I'm like, is that enough to take on Sam?
Yeah, Sue Storm. She goes Sue Storm.
Yeah, Sue Storm, and just I'm like, is that like Sam? Like he eats those, he like powers through them. I'm like, okay, go back to Jordan, like to Hulk up, get sturdy, as the kids say. Sturdy.
But yeah, I'm liking this season quite a bit there. it always depends on the mystery. Is it going to pay off and it's going to be is it worth the ride that you're on there? I will say I think I like the season more because we're into the swing of things with these characters and we know them already. And I think I like the growth of where they're at now and then them trying to learn more of their powers and how to use it. And then also you mentioned the journey like with Emma and with Marie, with Jordan. I like a lot of their journey now. And so I like that a lot. And they're not dealing with kind of somewhat petty college shit. They're more dealing with like bigger stakes things of like Vought, the world, the stakes of the world. Like that's more kind of the situation now, which I would kind of like. So I do like that a lot. And then how this is also maybe going to lead into season 5 and what the ramifications of that is as far as the boys universe. I kind of like there with that. But yeah, did you want to give a rating for this? Or you just want to wait a little bit?
No, we can definitely rate it. Man, oh man. Sorry, just real quick. Where we meet Andre's father at the beginning of this season, he's like in the house alone, drinking in a robe because he's so depressed. And again, it's Lil Cricket who has to pull him out of that and like inspire him with Andre and like how she inspired him to get up and how Andre wouldn't sit around and do nothing. That classic thing. That was really great. She really is so far the glue of this season. So what's your and that Bumblebee lady, the classic rule in storytelling, if you show the weapon or like in theater,
Yeah.
if you show the weapon, you got to use the weapon. Who do you think she's gonna kill with her stinger? It has to happen.
Yeah, because she keeps mentioning how dangerous it is and how
Yeah.
and I think she said if she uses it, she'll die too. Or...
Yeah, just like a real bee. Like if like she'll kill someone and she'll die too, and she's like throwing up honey. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, I mean that's like the gross nature of just like sometimes the boys' universe of powers and everything.
Yeah.
Do you think it's anybody going to be from the main cast, or you think it's going to be like a more like a newer person?
It'll be like kind of played for comedy. It'd be cool if they could like get her in the right place at the right time and like push the main bad guy onto the stinger and like I don't know.
You think he's not gonna make it past the season, Dean Cypher?
Probably not.
That'd be funny. It's like a running gag. They just kill all the deans every season.
Yeah, it's like especially since it's a boys spinoff. Characters were introduced. Usually, new characters don't like last a season. Yeah. But okay. You have Peak. You have This Is Cinema. You have
Tune In. Streaming.
Okay, so what's above Tune In?
Peak.
And then above that is This Is Cinema. I'll give it a solid Peak. I love this show, and I love having TV to watch. And even though this is graphic and gruesome and just a lot at times, I still love it. It's still the superhero genre for adults, and it's great. I love these characters, and like you said, they're in the swing of things. So now these relationships feel even more established, and you definitely feel Andre missing, but they're doing a good job honoring him and going forward.
Yeah, I give it kind of a high tune in there. Like you said, it all depends on how they're going to end things and where this mystery is going to be worth following this season 4. But I'm really enjoying it for all the things I mentioned there. I think these characters are better than they were in season 1, getting to know them more in the full swing of things, and just seeing them kind of work together there. I mean, I know that the girl Kate messed up, and I know they're mad at her, but damn, I mean, cracked her skull and her arm is gone, and all these things. I mean, hopefully nothing else. I mean,
she was gonna do it again. She was gonna use the powers to influence them.
Yeah,
like, I'm sorry, it's for your own good, bruh. Stop doing that. Like last season, you try to do that and that's why you lost your arm. You try to pull that shit, and now you're doing it again. Your skull's blown open. Like, stop trying to, and now your powers don't work. Like enough, Kate.
Yeah. So yeah, I'd give it a high
Karen. Quit being a
Karen. So yeah, that was our review. Gen Z mid-season review. There, we'll be back.
Did you give the rating?
Yeah, I said high tune in.
Oh,
yeah.
Stream it, tune in, and peak.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, and then above that is This Is Cinema's highest one. Yeah. Yeah. So we'll be back when it ends there. 8 episodes they're doing. So yeah. So
What'd you give the first season?
I think I gave that a peek, I think.
A peek?
For when it was on. I think I gave that a all
Okay.
said and done. I think I gave it a
Okay,
peek.
yeah, okay. Maybe when it's all said and done, you'll say it's peak too.
Yeah. And maybe you'll say This Is Cinema, you'll go up.
We'll see.
We'll see there. But Gen Z season 2 mid-season review, and we'll be back when it all wraps up and do a full season review of it.